we're going to Spain this week. Valderrama, the league, returns to Club de Golf. Club de Golf? How do you think they say golf in Spanish? Or I think they just say golf.
Golf.
Nah, it's not golf.
Like haha with J's, right? Ja.
No.
That's
G.
That's
G.
Yeah.
No, that's a J.
Right.
Yeah.
G is still a G. Vega is still, it's a G sound in Spanish.
All right.
It's golf.
Oh, Club de Golf at Valderrama in Andalusia.
This is embarrassing. Can we just start over?
No. This is how our main goal is to eliminate every European country that is now listening to us, and we're doing a fantastic job so far.
I'm sorry, Andalusia. You didn't deserve any of this.
This course has history. We all know that. And so we're going to start off with some really awesome history for our Spaniards who are watching our show. Of course, the great Seve Ballesteros, one of the all-time great Ryder Cup players ever. We talked about Ryder Cup the last 2 weeks, and we'll probably talk about Ryder Cup for the rest of the summer. Made his captain debut in 1997 at this course. So before that, he was just a player, and not just a player. He had the all-time most Ryder Cup points in history by an individual until, of course, Sergio Garcia passed him recently. 2018, I think, is when Sergio passed him. Anyway, we'll get to a little bit more into that. But 1997, Seve takes the reins, and Tom Kite is the captain for the U.S. Ryder Cup team, and he puts 21-year-old number one golfer in the world, Tiger Woods, no-brainer, a Ryder Cup rookie on the team, and Seve absolutely schools Tiger Woods 1997. Mac, you may have watched this. Did you watch it? 97.
97 what? The Masters?
The Ryder Cup.
Probably not. The Masters I remember, but I probably didn't watch the Ryder Cup.
Okay. Well, here's what happened in the Ryder Cup. Tiger Woods got paired up with Mark O'Meara, of course. We'll get to that. We'll start at the end and work our way backwards. Yeah, we'll start at the end and work our way backwards. The United States lost the Ryder Cup for the second consecutive year, maybe even more than that at this point, because we lost in 95 in New York, and then 97 now in Spain. Seve's the captain. The Europe team beats us 14.5 to 13.5, and it's all because of Tiger Woods. Tiger and Mark O'Meara beat Colin Montgomery and Bernard Longer 3-2 in the first morning session, and then Tiger Woods never scored another point in that Ryder Cup. They lost to Longer, Montgomery 5-3 in the afternoon. They lost to Faldo and Westwood 2-1 on Saturday. They halved a match with they switched. Justin Leonard and Woods teamed up, and they halved a match with Jesper Parnevik and what was that Garrido guy's name? What the hell's his first name? Ignacio Jarrito, yeah. And then in singles, Tiger Woods got beat by Constantino Rocca 4-2. So Tiger Woods cost us the 1997 and handed Seve Ballesteros his one of the biggest moments of his professional golf career, beating the United States in Spain in the Ryder Cup as captain. Now you'll say Tiger Woods went on to have a great career. I know most of you will comment on how he's the GOAT. He is not anywhere near a GOAT if you look at the Ryder Cup. His Ryder Cup record, 13 wins, 21 losses, 3 halves. He was on 8 Ryder Cup teams. How many Ryder Cups do you think he won?
None.
One out of 8 with Tiger Woods on the team.
I believe it.
So don't tell me that this guy's like the biggest clutch athlete of all time. When the country needed him the most, he choked. Come on now.
I would
Stick up for your
say
boy.
it's a team event, but at the same time, you get your own points to help the team. And if you had that horrific of a record, then I think your point stands. Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow. I never knew his Ryder Cup record. I knew he wasn't very good in the Ryder Cup, or at least statistically. But yeah, that's worse than I thought.
He stunk. I mean, it's not even not very good. He got 14.5 points out of a possible 37. That's garbage.
Right. Yeah.
That's absolute garbage. And we'll get yeah, go ahead.
No, I like the guys who stand out in the Ryder Cup who necessarily aren't flames throughout the year. Like a Ian Poulter, or somebody like that that rises above. Patty Reed, that rises above and really shines in those country events. Where it really means a lot to them. But yeah, Tiger Woods, somebody
not
who's
that guy. Not
on the
that
top,
guy.
Top of the leaderboard weekly from, what do we say, 89 to 09. That 10-year stretch was ridiculous. Yeah, to not show up for your country. Now we're getting a little, but yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was that bad.
Yeah, he was on 97, 02, 04, 06, 10, 12, and 18. And the only time that he won was 1999 again. And all those years, he only won 13 matches. That's in 8 years. That's basically less than 2. And he played in a bunch, right? He's in every lineup. No one's sitting him out. No one's putting Tiger Woods on the bench. So garbage, trash.
Wow.
Anyway, well, let's talk about the reason why I bring up the Ryder Cup. Seve.
Probably because it didn't have any money in it.
You're probably right. They should have paid him a little more. The reason why I bring this up is because we're going to Valderrama this week. We're in Spain. Seve is Spain, and I wanted to I wanted someone to be I want a Spaniard to be better than Seve. And I was, you dig into it and you're not going to find a Spaniard who's better than Seve, but you might be able to look ahead and maybe pick one that's better. So let's just start with, there's 3, right? There's Seve, there's Sergio, and there's Jon Rahm, I think. I couldn't find somebody who was really close to any of those 3. And even Rahm this might even be a little too early to talk about Rahm in this same thing, but in his career, Seve had 90 wins, 5 majors. That's a lot of winning. That's an understatement by me there. And you want to, you look at Sergio and you think of Sergio as like a great Spaniard, one of the all-time best golfers from the country. He has 40 wins, 40, and only 1 major. And so you probably have to keep Seve above Sergio. Am I wrong there?
No. You got to keep Seve. Seve's one of the best ever, especially the best Spaniard. He is. Come on.
Well, so the only thing Sergio has him on, and you just talked about it.
I'm talking overall. No stat that you say is going to push.
It's crazy though.
Go ahead.
He was in the Ryder Cup. Sergio was actually, Seve was great. He got 22.5 points out of possible 37, which is phenomenal. But Sergio has the most points in the history of the Ryder Cup at 25.5 in 41 matches. So Sergio was just as good, if not better, than Seve in the Ryder Cup.
I mean, so we're just talking Ryder Cup, right? We're not talking career longevity, because over the course of these careers, they're no brainer of who's better. But yes, some people rise for their country and play better in those atmospheres and those formats. There's no doubt. I mean, you can have an argument that you can't have the argument who's the better golfer necessarily off of that, but you can definitely say Ryder Cup king is fill in the blank here, because I think there's maybe, I don't know, you could look at all the stats from every single year. I bet you there's 10 that for whatever country that stand out, that have amazing Ryder Cup stats,
Well, I just think if you're going to try to compare, the 90 wins is nearly impossible. There's so few. I mean, there's just guys, you just don't win like that anymore. I mean, Seve had, and here's where I was going with this. Jon Rahm, we think it's just too early. Jon Rahm's only 30 years old, right? So I wanted to go back and see if maybe Seve and Rahm, or Sergio and Rahm, were kind of at the same point in their career when they were 30 years old. And so at 30, Sergio had not won a major yet, and he had 18 career wins. Rahm at 30
not just
right
PGA
now
Tour, correct? That you're talking 18 across the board. Any tour.
18 across the board. Professional wins. Yeah, professional wins. Correct. And then Jon Rahm in his career has 24 wins and 2 majors right now. So ahead of Sergio's pace for sure, right? At 30 years old. Seve, he had 39 wins and 4 majors already at 30 years old.
Mm-hmm. And the crazier thing is, watch the documentary on Seve, where he came from, how he learned to play the game. It's even more incredible. Even more incredible. His sand shots were from a deserted beach. That's how he learned how to hit out of the sand. He'd hit rocks with sticks. He had no idea what golf was. I mean, he kind of just taught himself everything. He was incredible. Just you got to know that, because some of these guys grow up in country clubs and they get the best. We talked about this on other episodes. The best teachers. They're around it from 5 years old. Taught how to swing, equipment to use, and they're
Like
around
Tiger?
phenomenal. Exactly, yeah. I look at it like Justin Thomas, even like a Grant Horvat, right? We say he's incredible. He's only a YouTube golfer, but his dad was a pro. He was around it his whole life. And then you look at somebody like Seve who kind of taught himself. It's crazy. Again, watch that story. It's cool. I'm just going off of what you said, like the difference between the best Spaniards in the world playing golf, somebody who's been around it their whole life, to somebody who kind of taught themselves the game is pretty incredible.
How can Jon Rahm get past Seve? Because right now, Rahm is...
I do believe he would have to win more. I think that's
Okay.
the only way.
Sure, but he's not going to win 66 more events. 67 more events. He's not going to get there.
Why not?
Gosh, I mean,
He could. If he plays 66
30s.
more events.
In his 30s, though, right? Like he's in the prime right now. He's got to win a lot now to get to 90.
Look at Phil. Phil's 20 years older than he is.
Yeah, 25 years older than him.
Right. You don't think he's going to play? You don't think he could possibly play until he's 55?
Well,
I think everybody
we know this.
With
John's got to work on the body.
With advances in modern medicine and the fact that he's a millionaire, a multimillionaire, he could pay for it.
Yeah, but in 2007, nobody thought Tiger Woods would fall apart. I mean, they thought he'd be playing till he was 65.
Tiger Woods ended up being a fucking pillhead.
Yeah, but how can you predict?
Getting
is
in
what
a
I'm
bunch
saying. The difference is Seve's, God rest his soul, he's done. He's done. He already established his life and his career and his accomplishments. We have no idea what's going to come. Knowing about Tiger and his infidelities and all that, nobody really knew what was going on. When it all came out, you're like, okay, now I could see his career crashing and burning. But before that, you thought he was going to win 200 events, PGA Tour wins. It's you never know. But yes, can he do it? Yeah, numbers, I'm sure mathematically he still can.
The wins, I don't think he can do. But I do think one thing he can get, and he's talked about this, Jon Rahm's talked about this. He wants to get 6 majors like he does. He really, truly wants to pass Seve. He wants to get that 6th major. And he's said that, at the end of your career, that's what people are going to go back and look at. They're going to look at your majors. They're not going to look at your 90 wins. If you had 55 wins and you had 8 major championships, like people are going to say, you had 8 major championships, Seve had 5. Like, let's have a conversation about who's the better golfer. And Rahm also has the benefit of, again, Seve can't play anymore. He's dead. Like, he only won 2 different majors, right? He only won the Open and the Masters. He never won a U.S. Open or a PGA. Jon Rahm has the U.S. Open in his bag already. He has a Masters in his bag already. He's got the game to win the Open and the PGA, and so he could win a career Grand Slam. He's only 30 years old.
And it's interesting. Austin and I kind of got in an argument about this today. You also have PGA guys that play in bullshit. Nobody gives a crap tournaments like the John Deere Classic today. He's like, oh, who won? And I said, who cares?
You're right.
He's like, well, PGA guys care. I was like, no, they don't. I said, he's like, you said it yourself. Nobody's really playing in it. Like some of the bigger names, like Siwoo Kim,
Ben Campbell or something. Won.
Yeah, Brian Campbell.
Ben Campbell's on LIV. He's on the
I don't even know.
Brian Campbell.
I don't even know who the guy is.
I'm like, if a whole bunch of the
he's
major.
He's gonna be on the Ryder Cup team. He got 2 wins this year.
It's
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
You win a bunch of those, and it's like nobody really cares. So it's like, but chasing getting 6 majors, that's a big deal.
No, you're right. That is the separator, right? That is the divider.
Because you could pad your numbers all you want playing in little, Corn Ferry Tour and stuff like that events. Like, well, it's another event I won. It's like, yeah, but who cares? How many majors have you won?
Agreed. And that's where it's all going to come back to. It's always going to come back to the major championships. Jon Rahm's right. And so hopefully he can win the Open in 2 weeks. That'd be amazing. So anyway, love to hear from you guys. Let us know if Jon Rahm's career Grand Slam would put him past Seve. A career Grand Slam, or does he need to pass him in majors? Is that even going to do it?
Honestly, I think it'd need to do both. And I think it's in the realm of outcomes. I know it's big, but like that's completely that's what, two more.
He'd have to win 4 more majors to get to 6. 2 of them would have to be, one of them would have to be the Open, and one of them would have to be the PGA.
Yeah. So let's say he plays for another 10 years. That's 40 opportunities.
Oh, it's right there in front of him. Like you said, it's right there in front of him. Golf is hard. Golf is hard. Shout out Jake, who commented today. The golf is hard. Golf is fucking hard. You know this.
Truer words have never been said.
Not hard for Jerome, because Jerome picks winners every fucking week on this show.
Hey, enough.
And he's running away with our contest.
Stop it.
He is just running away and hiding.
It's over.
You guys tried this already, okay?
It's over.
You can't do
in the words of Vince
black
Carter,
magic on me.
It's over.
Over. It's the most mush we can put on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a 29-stroke lead on the field with.
Might as well just give it to him now. Hand it over.
It's over.
Cooperstown, here we come, baby.
You're all terrible sportsmen. Terrible sportsmen. Okay, you should be ashamed.
Put some gas in the big Chevy, and let's go right up to Cherry Valley.
We gotta say it because we never actually like preview the event. Last year's Valderrama and Andalucia was one of the best events of all time. Only nine players finished under par. We had a double playoff, Sergio and Lahiri, fireballs and crushers. That shit was crazy. And so hopefully we get another wild. Valderrama is no joke. It's a no joke course for sure. I mean, 80 is in the cards for like any player. Real bad scores are out there. And so if there's ever a week that this magical run that Jerome has been on in 2025 comes crashing down,
it's not a magical run. I picked Phil in South Korea. He finished 7 over, okay? It's not a magical run. Stop.
Jon Rahm and Waco Neiman are over par for me on the year. My season sucked. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was just bad timing, man.
Yeah, that happened. The two best golfers in the league, over par scores for me on the season. Not good. Which puts me in last place, so I get to pick first. But not by much. I'm like 4 strokes out of second. Is that correct?
You're 3, yeah, you're 5 strokes out of second.
Right there. I'm right there. So I'll start us off.
I wish you would.
As I've been all season. I can't believe I'm going to take this guy. It's not a great choice, but he played well last year. He was one of the 9 guys who finished under par last year, and he had a bunch of birdies. Again, the winning score was 5 under. So when I tell you this, you're going to say, he didn't have that many birdies. But he had 8 birdies and an eagle in 3 rounds, and the winning score was 5 under pars.
Where is it again?
Limit the damage. We're at Valderrama.
Valderrama. It's the same place they played last year and the year before that, Jay.
Yes, I know.
All of which we talked about in years past. I tell you to go back and listen to him, but you don't know how to find him.
He's never subscribed yet, so
true.
I can't go back. I'm taking Cam Smith. That's why I wore my Ripper shirt tonight. He finished top 10. He played well. I know he's been meh. He's been real meh in this league, and I think he knows he's been meh. So maybe this is the big coming out moment for Cam Smith. Fingers crossed. Everybody wants to see that, except for people playing against me in this contest, and because they just want to see me in a skirt, which is fucking weird. And I will, for my team, I will take the defending Andalucia champions, the home team, the Fireballs.
Okay.
Jay, that means you're next.
I'm going to go with the Range Goats, and let's go Lee Westwood. He also was in the top 10 last year at Valderrama.
Westy played great at, let's see, qualified for the
Played
Open.
with Seve. We talked a lot about it. Let's go.
Played with Seve at Valderrama in 97.
He could shoot 12 over this week, but he also could shoot 12 under. Let's go.
Let's see how he did in that 97. While Jerome's taking a look, let's see how he did. He had a solid 2 points.
Hey, now.
2 out of a possible 5. He did fine. That was 1997 for those of you who are listening, and some of you were not alive. It's just fucking wild.
Okay.
All right.
Waiting for our leader.
Cheech gets screwed here, huh? For not coming on.
Yeah, I know.
I think we should call him. I don't know about this. It's up to you guys.
Well, the good news is the person I'm picking, he can't pick anyway.
Perfect.
Fair.
Captain America, Patrick Reed.
A great choice.
Coming off a big win. Finished in 4th place last year, 3 under. Sometimes the pieces are arranged on the board in just the way that it works out.
God, come on.
God, please. What the?
By the way, it's the only time you ever hear me say this. Fuck Patrick Reed. He just missed the cut in Germany at the BMW this week. And hopefully
he was still hungover.
Schnitzel. Hopefully he ate some bad fucking schnitzel.
Wesley Bryan made the cut, and he
got
didn't.
The shits. Yeah. Hopefully he got the shits, and off to Spain he goes with a tummy ache and a withdrawal after round 1.
I'll mail him a ginger.
That's funny. All right.
And your team?
You know what? just in case they do well,
Oh,
I'm going to go with the Majestics.
Whoa! Just in case they do well. Well, you have to take the Majestics at some point.
I hope he gets 6 points taken off for bottom team. We need any help we can get.
All the help we can get. I mean, we need.
And he'll still be up by 15.
It's going to get real. It could get real ugly this week too, because all of our players could also shoot significantly over par, and that would really put it away. That would really.
What happened to Cheech? We got to get a call in.
He played 36. He drank probably 20 transfusions and smoked 6-7 cigars.
That's true.
You know, tuckered out. He's got to work.
He's probably lay down in the bed while the prostitute works him over.
And it's about that time of the show where we start talking hookers and blow. This is what they wait for. This is the ones who sit it out 27 minutes with us. They expect our show to end this way.
No, you're going to cut out a good 5 minutes of Jay trying to figure out how to make a pick.
That's true. We'll
Pretty sure yours was longer than mine. I'd like a counter. Edit a counter.
Okay. That's fine.
Minutes.
That's fine, Jay. That's fine, Jay. All
right.
I'm okay with it.
We're
Here
out
we
of
go.
here.
Shout out. Wait, hang on. Shout out Flag and Anthem. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the gear.
Yes.
Yeah, no, thank you for sending it to Aaron. You know, all your children's size stuff really fits him well. Congratulations. If you have anything you want to send for adults, Jay and I are adult sizes, and we'd be more than happy to take photos. We're also better looking than Aaron as well.
I don't yet.
See, Jay, see how I included you in that?
Reluctantly, but I appreciate it.
Reluctantly, like I didn't want to include you.
What do you guys think of this? I'm trying to grow this out for when I see you next week.
I thought something was wrong with my screen.
You coming up
here?
Oh
my God. Where did you fall asleep that somebody glued pubes to your face?
I think it's coming in nice.
It looks like your kid was like, I got to do homework, and my project is putting black Play-Doh on your face.
Side. Does it look better this way?
Did you eat Oreos and you have crumbs all over
more
your upper
Asian
lip?
that way.
I don't know why it doesn't grow right. I don't get it.
Did you let an amateur tattoo artist practice shading on your upper lip? Get it away from the screen.
That's disgusting.
A few more days to fill in.
Ugh.
Before we get
what blackmail information
that took you 9
do you have
months.
on your wife? What blackmail do you have on your wife to make her stay with you with that on your face?
9 months you grew that.
It's pretty rough, dude.
God, most women have a child after 9 months. You have a pathetic pencil-thin mustache.
I wouldn't even call that a pencil. That's a broken pencil. No lead.
It looks like a mechanical pencil when the things fall out.
Ew. Oh, yeah. That's exactly what they look like, too.
Nasty.
The MRSA scar. I got to hide that MRSA scar.
My God,
it looks like someone, you were inspecting someone's anal fissure and they farted and it just landed on your upper lip.
No,
that's actually pretty good. That's the first joke. That's the first joke in 3 years I've laughed at that you said on the show.
That's the first one.
Anal fissure.
Okay. Yeah.
Knock Jay's camera right out. All right. Wrap us up.
No, he lost power again. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, hit the bell in the corner so you get notifications when we're posting. Please comment below, who do you think is going to win in Valderrama, Andalucia, LIV Golf. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.